Hi, my name is Justin Yomok, and this is the CNC Podcast. This is the finale of a three-part series where I predict the MLB standings with the guest. This week's guest is my brother Jacob Yomok.
What up?
And so this week is the AL and NL Central, and all these predictions are according to that there's no injuries and that everyone plays. And at the end, we will be doing our award predictions as well. So let's hop right into it. So AL Central first, my fifth seed is the Detroit Tigers at 20-40. They are a not very good team. They don't have really anyone to look at to be good. There's no one who can really step up. And overall, I think they will be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They got some young stars that could be good, but just right now, that's a fifth seed for me.
Then fourth seed, I have the Kansas City Royals at 25-35. I think they have some good players in Jorge Soler, Whit Merrifield, and they have some solid players that could be of substance and can help get them a few wins. But overall, again, I don't think they're going to be very good, and they're going to be one of the worst teams, and that's why I have them at the fourth seed.
Yeah, I think that they have an average team. I think they just play in recently one of the more tougher divisions. But yeah, they're not bad. They're not good. Just kind of average. So I'd probably put them at fourth too.
Okay, fourth seed, I have the Chicago White Sox at 35-25. I think they have a solid team with some good players that can compete, but overall, I think they're still going to struggle this year, and that's why I have them at the third seed. I think they're a solid team, but they're still going to struggle this year. Give them a few more years, and then I think maybe they could compete.
I actually think that the Indians are going to be the third seed. It's kind of a throw-up between the Indians and the White Sox. I just think the White Sox added some pieces this offseason that are really going to boost them in the overall scheme of things. So I got Indians at third.
Nice. My second seed, I have at wild card 1 is the Indians at 40-20. I think they have a good team. They have some good players that overall, I feel like Lindor's going to have a great season. He's going to be up there in MVP talks, and I feel like he's going to lead them to the wild card number 1.
Again, I think the White Sox taking home wild card. I don't know. I just think the Indians, they struggle in a few areas that are more major than minor, and it's going to hurt them in a shorter season.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but overall, I agree with that a good amount. But my fourth seed and making playoffs is the Minnesota Twins at 41-19. That's only one game ahead of the Indians in my eyes. I feel like they both have really good teams and they can both really compete. But overall, I just feel like the Twins are gonna edge them out by beating them in the last game, like their last game against each other. The Twins are going to win it, and overall that win will propel them to first place in their division.
I think the Twins are going to run away with the division, if I'm being honest. They got such a powerhouse of an offense and some young stars at pitching that I think they're just one of the better teams in the AL. So I think they're going to definitely improve from having a shorter season and take home that first playoff spot.
So now let's hop into the NL Central. At fifth, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates at 27-33. They have some okay players, but overall, they're not the best. They're not very good either. So I have them at the fifth seed. They're definitely the worst in the NL Central, but I feel like they can still scrap together a solid season at 27-33, and so that's why I have them at the fifth seed.
Yeah, I think the Pirates are... they've just kind of been on the decline for the past few years. They're still kind of holding on, kind of an average team, but in such a hard division like this one, taking home number 5.
The fourth seed I have is the Cincinnati Reds. I think they have a solid team, but like Jacob said, this is a very tough division, and they're going to struggle a little bit, especially with the shortened season. I feel like that's going to hurt them. and so I have them at 37 and 23. No, sorry, 35 and 25, which is still solid. Like Jake said, this is a very strong division and one of the best in baseball. And they're gonna have a good record, but they're only gonna be fourth in the NL Central in my eyes.
Yeah, I kind of have the Reds and the Cardinals in the same boat. Like, I think the Reds added some crazy pieces this offseason that's really going to just improve the division overall. And I think for fourth place, it's kind of like it could be the Reds, it could be the Cardinals, and it could even be the Cubs. So I think I'd probably give it to the Reds. I think they need a little bit more time to develop their new players and their young players and some of the new additions. But in the years coming, I think it'll be a four-team race in this division.
I completely agree. I think give it a few years and it's really going to be a tough division. For my third seed, though, I have the Cardinals at 35 and 25. Yes, same record as the Reds. However, I feel like the Cardinals will have the tiebreaker on them. And I just feel like the Cardinals are a better version of the Reds. And overall, they're going to be very similar. But the Cardinals are just going to edge them out a little bit. However, they will still fall short of making the wild card. I do not have them making playoffs.
Yeah, I think, honestly, now that I look at it and think about it, I think the Reds could take third. But I'll just give it to the Cardinals. I think they're an average to good team, so I'll give it to them.
Mm-hmm. Then my second seed is the Brewers at 37 and 23. They will make wild card number 1 and will most likely win it. And I could see the Brewers going far in the playoffs. However, I feel like the shortened season is going to hurt them. And so I feel like they're only going to be able to put together 37 wins. Like, there's going to be one of the better teams still, but overall I still think they're going to struggle a little bit with the shortened season.
Yeah. Big Cubs fan, those are my boys, but I think the Brewers are just overall a better team. Even though the Cubs they're winning the World Series this year, simple as that, but I think the Brewers are going to have a better overall record in the division, and so I'm giving second place to the Cubs. They get their wild card and then run away with the series. Simple as that.
My number 1 seed is the Cubs at 38 and 24. Only one game better than the Brewers. Again, this is a tough division, but I do feel like a lot of the Cubs players are going to go off. I feel like with Rizzo and Lester both deciding to play, both cancer survivors, I feel like they only decided to come and play if they thought the Cubs had a real chance at the World Series, which I do see. I feel like the shortened season benefits the Cubs the most in my eyes, and I feel like a lot of players are going to take off with it. Javier Baez, who's sometimes a little inconsistent with the shortened season, I feel like he's going to be more consistent, and it's only going to help them. And I feel like a rookie season from Nico Hoerner is going to be really good. I also feel like he's going to be a huge factor that everyone's underrating him. And I think he's going to really help us. And that's why I have the Cubs edging out the 1 seed in the NL Central.
Yeah, I think the Brewers just one of the better teams in the NL once again. I could see them putting up 40 wins if everyone stays healthy. But if not, it's Brewers-Cubs for first, and I think the Brewers just probably going to take it.
I definitely could see the Brewers taking it. I just feel like the Cubs are really going to have a good season.
Cubs are going to win the whole thing.
For sure.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Let's do AL awards, the MVP. I think Mike Trout. I feel like I've said this before. I think he's going to hit for 400 if he plays. I feel like he's going to have a monster season with a shortened season, and he's going to be an absolute beast and be the best player in baseball yet again and just have a monster season.
Yeah. I don't really know if Mike Trout's playing with the birth of his kid, but or his pregnant wife or whatever. Yeah. So if he plays, probably going to be him. If not, I could see Aaron Judge getting it. Maybe Anthony Rendon in the talks if he plays well again. But I'd give it to Trout or Judge.
Mm-hmm. If I had to choose someone besides Trout to win, if Trout wasn't going to play, it'd probably be Judge. I feel like he's going to have a great season too. For NL MVP, I have Cody Bellinger. I feel like he's going to have a monster season and just play absolutely stellar. And so I just feel like I have a gut feeling that he's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, I think, again, this year it's going to be either Bellinger or Yelich. I think Yelich is a little more injury prone, and Bellinger's just a beast. So I think Bellinger's probably gonna secure the bag on that one.
Yeah. Rookie of the Year, I feel like this is kind of an easy one. Luis Robert. The only person I could see him rival is Joe Adele, but I don't feel like Joe Adele's going to start a ton this season. So that's why I'm going Luis Robert. He's a beast. Great young player. Can't wait to see him play more. But I just feel like Joe Adele's not going to play enough to really give Luis a run for his money. So I have Luis Roberts winning Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one.
So then NL Rookie of the Year, kind of, no one's agreed with me on this one, but I have Nico Hoerner. Like I said earlier with the Cubs, I feel like he's going to have a monster season and really help the Cubs. And I see him with that monster season winning the Rookie of the Year.
Who are some other candidates for your Rookie of the Year in the NL?
Gavin Lux is up there. He's a beast, dude.
I think Gavin Lux is probably taking that. I mean, Nico Hoerner, could be top 5, top 3, but Gavin Lux is he's a stud.
I feel like Gavin Lux is better now, but in the long run, I feel like Nico will have a better career. But I have a feeling about Nico this year, and I'm sticking with it. For Cy Young in the AL, I have Garrett Cole. I feel like it's changed the scenery. He's going to be the number one pitcher again, and he's just going to throw absolute filth and just annihilate everyone he sees.
I actually think the change of scenery is going to hurt him. I mean, going from playing in Houston, being hot all the time, to going and playing in New York, I think it might throw him off a little bit. So I kind of have a dark horse pick, Jose Berrios from the Twins. I think he's going to explode, have a crazy year, especially with the shortened season. Less room for mistakes, so I'm giving it to him.
Very fair. He is definitely going to be top 5 in voting in my eyes. For NL Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, I have Jacob deGrom. Hands down, the best pitcher in baseball.
Simple.
He's only going to continue his dominance.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like he's going to have a monster season, and I do have the Mets making the wild card too, so they've been my doghouse for years, but I really feel like the shortened season they're going to be able to pull it off. I feel like Pete Alonso's going to be in MVP talks, not going to win it, but going to be in the talks. DeGrom going to be absolute filthy with an under 1 ERA. I just feel like he's going to be an absolute monster.